Welcome back, everybody, to another video with your boy Risky, and today we're playing some more Minecraft. So in today's episode, we are going to be doing some stuff. The thing that I originally had planned for this episode was to build a farm, but that clip didn't record audio, so we're going to be going over what we did and in the interim, and we'll talk about more of what we're doing. So this might be a little bit more it'll probably be a little bit long-winded in comparison to our other videos. So let's start off with what we have done over here. Over here we have torn down the mountain because Collab and I are going to have just actually decided on some stuff that we're doing, so we're going to be getting into that here shortly. But I am doing some terraforming. A lot of that terraforming involves us getting the land down to this layer. So that is what we've been doing. As you can see, we have more beacons than we did originally. We have 2 additional beacons along with... I'll show you real fast because obviously everybody wants to see everything. I have 9 more wither skulls that we have access to do the wither right here. So we have 9 more wither skulls. This should allow us to get 3 more beacons. Not that we need the beacons, but more just it's a good thing to have access to. So what we were originally going to do in today's episode was I'm going to take the faster way through the cave because the ladder is super slow to get down to where we're going. So what we were originally going to do was we were going to build a double spider spawner grinder, and what that allowed us to do is get a lot of string, some XP, some spider eyes, and stuff like that. Things that we were in need of in terms of like getting some of our villagers to trade. So right down here is where the killing platform is, and I will go ahead and use our free cam mod that we have and kind of show you what it is that we're doing. And if I do this, I can enable these, and you guys can see. Let's start with what these are. So these are 2 spider spawners that are within range. If you stand within range of both, they both will spawn, and they will both feed into the center where you stand. If you stand specifically for this particular build, if you stand specifically where I am on the singular block, because if we pull the spheres back up, I kind of wasn't really in like the best of spots for this. Where these 2 spheres overlap is where you load both of the spider spawners, and unfortunately the way the build ended up getting laid out and the way I had to do it, because I couldn't get them to get pushed into a bubble elevator to push them straight up to make this a little bit easier for me. I just went ahead and made it a 1 block spawning spot. So if I stand precisely where I am, it will allow for spawns to be happening in both chambers, which allows them to get funneled down into where I'm at and allows me to swipe at them and repeatedly and get resources. We've already done quite a bit of a resource gathering as it is. So we have almost 2 chests full. Oh, actually, it looks like we might have 2 full chests of string at this point. But this is where what we've been up to is getting some necessary farms up and going, because we are not desperately needing these particular resources, but we are desperately needing a source of XP, a good source of XP. This isn't the best one, but this is one that we have, and it provides enough to manage to get through what we need to do. There are other spawners that I have found and will be converting into XP farms at some point in the near future, so stay tuned for those in future episodes. But for now, that is the only XP farm that we have gathered or set up, I should say. Now, the next thing that that I'm gonna outline what we're doing and what we have done is the terraforming. Uh, a lot of what the terraforming I've done in the past on the channel has been all like I fill in every block. This terraforming is going to be a little bit different. So this terraforming is going to actually be more of a facade, which will allow for us to have to it'll force us to use less resources, but it'll also mean that we'll have space. We won't have to dig out space underneath to do things like farms. So this facade will go to this layer over here, and this layer will cover all of where these yellow and black wool blocks are outlined. These blocks are meant to outline where we are going to be doing this season, air quotes, series, air quotes. I'm not sure what we're calling this as of right now. If you want to see a lot more of this, like multiple seasons of this, like where we play multiple worlds, let me know in the comments, because that's where a lot of my, not necessarily inspiration, but a lot of the information that I'm going to use to gauge what you guys want to see. But we're gonna cover this up. It's not gonna be like box, like flat and then box edge. It's gonna actually be terraformed on the edges, and we're gonna try and do some more terraforming. So like I did here is, as I was digging it down, I just brought it in and kind of sloped out the hill a little bit, and I feel like this worked really well. And I just have to go in and remove some of the stone and place down the dirt to replace those, and I'll also do this. Uh, there are ideas that are floating around for what we're gonna do with all of this stuff down here, but for now, it's gonna stay the way it is and where it's at, and we're not gonna try and do a whole lot towards that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change up what we were originally going to do, which was show the building of that. That is obviously already built. There's nothing we can do about that. But I'm going to move our villagers out of this building, and I'm going to stop uh, the iron farm, actually. I'm going to get the villagers down, get the zombie down, and get them set off to the side, and kept safe for the time being, so that way we can tear down the rest of this, and I'll also get the portal done and all of this stuff moved to the proper layer that we're going to. I probably will not be building a new trading hall where I'm moving the villagers. I think I'm just going to store them off to the side for the time being, and get what little bit of this I can do now done, and we'll be right back with hopefully a more leveled out and terraformed platform. Completed the teardown. So the mountain and everything has been leveled down to the to the Y level that we were talking about in our previous clip, which is this one right here, which should be Y level 79. No, there's no specific reason as to why, but now that we've got this leveled out, we can start working on a massive undertaking that we'll outline in our next video. But for today, we need to start getting the remainder of our villagers reconverted, because a lot of our villagers had some issues with their prices and started getting out of hand with their prices, and I just didn't like that, so I went ahead uh, and situated them in a way to get them converted. We got a new zombie with a collab head to try and convert them. and we're out of gold. Actually, is our limiting factor. So what we need to do now is in my inventory, I have the stuff to start making our new portal, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger this time. It'll probably get torn down again and moved into the permanent build when we get to the point of having a permanent build. But for the time being, we're gonna put it back where it was, just a little bit lower, right over here. And we're gonna do a little bit better job of decorating the portal, and we're gonna make it a little bit bigger, because why not, right? So that's what we're gonna do now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. So I have finished it. I'm actually very proud with the way this turned out. The busyness of of this facade is actually really nice. I like just the way it turned out. It looks like it's been chiseled away and cracked up, and the rocks around it are beat up and everything. So this turned out very well, and I'm very proud of it. There's a couple of details that I might add to it, like some tuff over here. But we have this nice gradient, and I had to figure out what the gradient was, to get it to go from the darkest to the lightest up top. But it looks like I feel like I smashed that out of the park, so I'm very happy with it. So let's go ahead and get it lit up, and make sure that it still connects. It should connect in the Nether. We shouldn't have any problems whatsoever. And we'll go ahead and go back through just to make sure that everything connects properly, and it looks like we are. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more gold because we need a lot of gold. Okay, guys, so I have all of the 4 stacks that I did. Ow, stop that, Collab. I got all 4 stacks of the gold that we've got. It all smelted, so I have all of the golden apples that we need, and I have 4 potions. I'm gonna just try and see how far this gets me, and then we're gonna do here. All right, it looks like I got it in 3, which is good. There we go. I believe that is everybody shaking now. Awesome. So we got about 5-ish minutes before these guys. Ow, that one hurt, or would have hurt. Until they convert. I will need to stand pretty close by when they do convert, because that way they don't try and kill each other, because they are going to try and kill each other. If I'm not standing within aggro range, so that they try and like pathfind to me instead of towards the zombie, or towards the other villagers. But it should just cascade down the line. All right, everybody. So I went ahead and got all of our villagers converted, even the ones that we had bred up for use in a different farm. I have a bunch of no profession villagers. I'm gonna need to use some of them to reset up some of the farms, like the iron farm and the village breeder, and all of those, all of the farms that are incorporated in with that, with those particular portions, just so that I have access to get more villagers. I need like 4, maybe 6 of them for a wheat farm. So we're gonna be doing some stuff in the near future. I already have resources for other farms. I I have project chests, for some of the farms that we're going to be building in the near future as well. That'll give us a lot of the resources that we're looking for. I've got a good gradient, that I like. So it's going to be a kind of a darker build, and it's going to have this gradient that, similar to what we did with the portal, except it's going to, instead of starting with tough and ending on andesite, it's going to start with blackstone and end on, uh, the normal stone bricks. And this should be a pretty good amalgamation of blocks that will allow us to get a good gradient, as we build upward. We're gonna also try and set up the new building for the villager trading hall uh, rather quickly because we're gonna want to get them in place before we do much of anything else because of the fact that they are all vulnerable being in minecarts and they can't run away, and I'm not gonna put them uh, in some sort of pit because that's gonna make things a lot more difficult. Especially because a lot of these guys have professions that we are not wanting to get rid of. We actually want to keep them, and even the ones that I had that were supposed to go down, like the I have an efficiency book villager that just did not want to drop his prices. He just insists on being 40 emeralds. Smite 4 is insists on being 30. A lot of the other ones got down. Sharpness 5 won't go down, so it's not a big deal. Um, so we're gonna have to just deal with the high prices for some of our books. A good chunk of our books are all one emerald and one book, so it's not a big deal. But I'm actually really enjoying that gradient, and I'm looking forward to building this next building. I don't know how I'm gonna build this next building or what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hopefully work out a design, and then I'll come onto the server and build it. Um, at some point. This is the end of today's episode, though. So if you guys did enjoy this one, please do smash the like button. It great. I genuinely, it means a lot to us. Especially Collab. I know Collab wasn't in today's episode, but for those of you who did enjoy this one and thought it was informative and entertaining and whatever other adjective you want to use, it would be very appreciated if you guys would just smash the like button, share some love, share it with your friends if you haven't already, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm telling you, do it. It's free. It'd be greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, guys, don't forget to stay frosty. Bye bye.